Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sonia and I am very happy you've dropped by. In fact, let me stop here for just a moment and thank all of you who subscribe to this channel. We have topped 3,500 subscribers, and I love that we are a growing community of afternoon tea lovers. I find that very exciting, so thank you so much for that. So if you watch this channel regularly, you know how much I love a bit of chocolate on an afternoon tea table. But one of my other favorite flavors at tea is lemon. Afternoon tea desserts are supposed to be small, so they need to have a flavor punch. Well, lemon cake, lemon tarts, or my personal favorite, lemon squares, certainly do that. These lemon squares have a buttery shortbread style crust topped with a rich lemon filling and dusted on top with a little powdered sugar. Let me show you how easy this recipe is to make. First things first, preheat the oven. And that would be 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 180 degrees Celsius or gas mark 4. So while our oven is heating up, I'm going to make the base part of this recipe. In this bowl, it's a fairly large bowl, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour or 120 grams. And to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of well-softened butter. That's about 113 grams. And that got it nice and room temperature. And then to that, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup or 28 grams of powdered sugar or icing sugar. And this is all you need for that wonderful shortbread cookie base. And now I'm going to beat all that together. I'm going to scrape down the bowl just a little bit. You could do this in a mixer. You could even do this by hand if you'd like. I just find it a little easier to do it this way. To that, just going to scrape these beaters off a little bit. I never like to leave too much of anything on there. Going to get your hands in here anyway because this crust base is going to be patted down in an ungreased 8 by 8 or 20 by 20 centimeter, 8 by 8 inch or 20 by 20 centimeter pan. Now I say ungreased, but I have lined it with a little bit of parchment. In fact, I'm going to spray that just a little bit so that I can get that to kind of lay in there a little bit better. Okay. Now I'm just going to pat this down. I like to put the parchment paper in because then once these are baked and it's all done, it's just easier to lift it out of the pan that way when it comes time to cut it into the squares. And now this is ready to go into the oven for 20 minutes. That looks really good. Hope you can see this well enough. The edges just slightly browned and everything is set. And there's my oven telling me it's ready. I'm going to set this on the back, let it cool a little bit, and now we're going to work on the filling. All right, now in the large bowl again, I am going to put 2 eggs. Now these are large eggs. In the US, that's going to be about 100 grams for both of them. 1 cup of granulated sugar, 200 grams. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. That's about 30 milliliters or about half of a large lemon. Now, if you wanted to use the lemon you find in the green bottles, that would be fine. I just like to have fresh lemon juice if possible. So we're going to mix this up, beat this up until it's nice and light and fluffy. That's going to be about 3 minutes. Okay, I would say that is just about perfect. See how it's lighter in color and it's got some fluffiness to it. It's a lighter mixture. All right, let's see. Can I? Yep. Pan is still hot, but it is touchable. And you don't have to cool this crust down. You can go ahead and pour the filling right on top of it. It's fine. Now that's all done. Now it's back into the oven this goes for another 25 minutes. Right. That looks good, beautiful, golden. That's just so pretty. Now it's obviously too hot to cut and eat right now, but I'm going to let this cool down before cutting it into squares. We'll dust it with a little powdered sugar on the top, and then we'll try one. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes, and I did get them out of the pan using this. They did try to stick just a little bit along the edge, so just be careful about that. Watch that. They're still just slightly warm. I'm feeling a little heat, but to be honest, I just can't wait anymore. Oh, I can't stop. I do like a little powdered sugar. Ooh, now let's try one. Okay, I'm going to try one of these along the edge. Oh my goodness. These lemon squares are intensely rich with that wonderful buttery shortbread cookie base. I would not be afraid to cut these into very small squares. They are so full of flavor. You don't need large portions. Remember, afternoon tea foods are meant to be finger foods. So because these lemon squares are so rich, they could be a bit much if they're cut too large. At about 2 bites each, oh, they're perfect. Let's go have a cup of tea. These look so pretty, don't they? Set out on a pedestal like this or a pretty plate. I mean, they look almost jewel-like with that beautiful lemon yellow. I hope you'll try this recipe and love them as much as I do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit that like button and consider subscribing for more afternoon tea videos. Until next time, bye-bye.